This tutorial will show you how to create a halftone effect in text and a background of an image. So if you look at this artwork here, let's analyze this. This is a halftone effect on the text, and if you notice in the background of the girl here, it's that there's a halftone effect background, black halftone effect background. Now first of all, this image was clipped. I used a power clip on this image because the original image is like this. Okay. If I go to wireframe, go to view, click on wireframe, it's an image, but it has a white background. Now I'm gonna copy this one, or cut, Control X, and I'm going to go back to the page that I have the artwork, and I'm gonna paste it here. Now if you notice, if I bring this to the left side, so the background is not transparent, so I really can't put it onto the background because it has a white background. So the thing that we're going to do here is we're going to power clip it to a shape of the silhouette of the girl. Now before doing that, I want you to go to Tools, click on Option, and then in Option here, click on Workspace, and then click on Edit. This one should be unchecked because the default, the Auto Center New Power Clip Contents would be checked. Okay, so I want you to uncheck that so that when you power clip the photo, it will go straight to the location that you want to power clip. Click OK. So now we're going to, so how would we mask the background of this? So there's a lots of ways, but for me I'm going to use the Bezier tool. So click on Bezier tool, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make a path around the silhouette of the photograph. So I go like this, and then later on we're going to power clip the photograph to the shape that we have done. So just continue. Now, so we're almost done making the silhouette. So we'll just continue until we are to the last, or to the first point that we've just done. Okay, so this is the last point. You would notice that when you move to that point there, an arrow will show up. That means to say it's gonna close the path. Okay, so click here and let's close the path. Now if you want to check whether the path is closed or not, just fill up the object, and you notice that it is a closed path, because if the path is not closed, then you won't be able to fill the object. So I'll just make it black. Okay. So now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, if I delete this one here, so our image is behind the path that we just made. I'm just gonna undo that. So now we're going to power clip the photograph inside this silhouette that we just made. So we click on the photograph. You know it's a photograph because in here it says it's a JPEG, RGB. Okay. So we go to Effects, Power Clip, place inside a container, and then our container is the black silhouette. So I click on the black silhouette, and there you go. Now if I move this one to the left side now, we have a transparent background already. If you notice, there's like an outline. If you want to remove the outline, just right mouse click on this, and there you don't have the outline anymore. Now we already have a transparent background, so we're actually ready to do the halftone effect in the background. So how did I do the background halftone effect here? Zoom in here. So what I did actually is that, remember the path that we created, the silhouette? I'm going to actually need that. Okay. So what we do is we duplicate this power clipped image, so plus sign in your keyboard, and I'll move it over to the right side here. Now I click on this. What I'll do, I'm going to extract the photograph because I only need the silhouette object. So I go to Effects and click on Power Clip, and I'll extract contents. So once you click on Extract Contents, now you have the contents, which is the photograph and also the outline, the object. If I go to View here and click on Wireframe, so this one I can move it to the right side here, and I'll go to View, Enhance View. So this is the one that I needed. So I'm going to delete this photograph now, and now we're ready to do the effect. So first step is I click on the image, the silhouette that we just created, and I go to Bitmap, Convert to Bitmap, and I'll click on Grayscale, and I'll just leave it to 96 dpi, and make sure transparent background is checked. That is important. If not, it's gonna have a white background. So transparent background, and then click OK. So this one is not a vector anymore, it's an image. You notice here in the status bar it says here Bitmap Grayscale 96 dpi. So now we're going to make a blur on this one. Okay, so it's a bitmap already, so we can apply bitmap effects now. So you click on bitmap and you go to blur and you click on Gaussian blur. So click on Gaussian blur, and then in here we're gonna have, can preview it. Now these two icons, what are these? The first icon, if I click on this first icon, you can see a preview of what's gonna happen. So if I click on preview here, so I made a blur effect already. Now this one here, the first icon here, this icon, you have two. This is the original image, and then this one is the applied effect already. So now I am going to click on preview here to view it. I'm gonna add more of the blur, so you slide it to the right side, preview. I am going to make more. Actually that's fine, 31 is fine, 31 pixels, and then I'll click OK. So that's my background now. Now we're going to do halftone effect on this one. So I click on bitmap, click on color transform, and I click on halftone. So if you click on halftone here, if I click on preview here, see it shows that you can. Okay, now in here, if you click here, it enlarges the preview, right? Now if you want to zoom out, you scroll in your mouse. There's like a scroll button, so you scroll up and down, and that's how you make it. And click on preview. I'll increase this one. That's the size of the dots there. I'll make it, click on preview again. Let's say yeah, that's fine. So I click OK there. Now as you can see, now the object that we did, the silhouette, became a halftone effect. Now the only thing you have to do is you put this one on top of this halftone. So you go arrange, order to front of page. There. Then I'm just going to center that over that side. There. Now we're done with this effect. So I'm going to group this, and I'm going to put it in the right side here. So Control G to group, or this icon here for group. And you notice if I put it in here, it's transparent. Now you can see the difference between the dots here and then the dots here. Okay, so it's really up to you. Play around with the options in the halftone, in the color transformation halftone, so that you will have, the bigger dots if you want the bigger dots or smaller dots. That's where you do the settings. So I'm gonna put it here. Now the next thing we have to do is this one here, the jump text here. That's also a power clip. So if I click on this object here, or the font, the jump font text, it says in the status bar there's a power clip text on layer 1. So it means to say power clip was applied in this object or in this font. Okay. So I duplicate this one, plus sign in your keyboard, and I'll move it to the right side here. Okay. I want to know what effect was applied here. So it's a power clip, so I click on effects, power clip. I'll extract the contents. Okay, so the contents is this one, and this is the font, obviously. Okay. So I'm going to put this font in here, or the text over there. Then we're gonna analyze this. So this one actually was just a halftone effect. So if I'm gonna recreate that, I'm gonna create a circle, hold down Control to make a perfect circle. Okay, I'm gonna reduce that later, the size. Okay, plus sign your keyboard, okay, to make a duplicate without offset, and I'm gonna move it to down, and I'll make this smaller. Okay, so when you make this smaller, make sure to hold down Shift when you resize this. Hold down Shift and then click and drag this one going down. There. Now I'm going to color this black. This one black too. And to remove the outline, right mouse click. Here, right mouse click. Now I'm going to do some blend here so that it will look like a halftone. So I click on the larger circle, hold down Shift and click on the smaller circle, and I go to Effects, Blend. So when you click on Blend, a docker will show up in the right side. Now it says here, this is the steps, like how many number of steps would you do. So the concept of blend is that this larger circle will become smaller circle here, but how many steps? Okay. Let's try 5 steps first, and then click on apply. See, it makes smaller. Now let's say I'm gonna make 10. Apply. Okay, so I'll make it 15. Apply. There. Let's go to our, okay, I think 15 is fine. Now I'm going to resize this. So you click on the group blend and then resize it. Okay. Need to make it bigger. Okay, so from there. Okay. Now see, it's a duplicate going to the right side. So what I'll do is, before that, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to break the blend apart. Okay, so this is the blended object. Okay, so click on it and then you go to effects, go to arrange and then break blend group apart. Okay. So click on that. So now it's separate. So you can, if you ungroup this one, these are separate objects now. I'm going to undo. I'm going to select that. Okay, so that's group. Now plus on your keyboard, because I'm going to duplicate that, and I'll move it to the right side here. Okay, while moving to the right side, another technique is if you hold down Control. Okay, if you hold down Control while moving it, it will have a straight path. There. Now I'm going to blend these two objects. So click on this, hold down Shift and click on this one here. And then again in my blend Docker, now it's set to 20 steps. I'll see if 20 steps will do. Click apply. No, not quite, because we're going to recreate this one, right? So I need more steps. I'll say 30. Apply. Not quite. 40. Apply. It's getting there, so I'll make it 45. I'll make it 50. There. I think that's fine. It looks close. So I'm going to delete this now, the green part. And I'm going to color all of these green. There. Now this is my text. I'm going to power clip that now. Okay. Okay. I'm going to move this down over here. Okay. Of course, it's behind the halftone effect. So I'm going to click on Arrange Order to Front of Page. Yeah. Now if I click on this one has a, if you go to the status bar here, it says that this is the color of the fill, and I have an 8-point moon green outline, right? So now I click on my my halftone. I'm just going to move it up. So I click on my halftone and I go to effects. I go power clip, place inside the container, and my container is the text jump. So I click on the jump text, and there you go. So it's really simple. And now if you want to do some adjustments, let's say you want to change the color of the font, the original font, you can just click on, let's say you want it a different green. So let's say I click on this one. See, it changes. But of course the halftone effect doesn't change because it's a power clip object. I'm just gonna undo that. Yeah. So hit F4. Okay, so we already have this. We also have this one here. Now how did I create this background here? Okay, first I'm going to make a rectangle. Okay, just going to do a rectangle here, and I'm going to move it over this side here. Okay, now the background color is, and let's zoom in here. The background color is this one here. So what I'll do, I'll go to my eyedropper tool, sample the color here. Okay, go to the status bar, it's Martian green. Okay, so it's already sampled. I hold down shift and go to the center of the rectangle that I made and then pour the color. You notice it has an outline. I'm going to click on that rectangular or my box and then right mouse click on this one to remove the outline. Okay. Now once again, our objective is to recreate the background. Okay. Now I click on this one, plus sign your keyboard again, so I have two objects now on top of each other, the same color, the same size. Now I'm going to make this smaller. Okay, there. Make it a different color. See, I already have an object there. Okay. Now I'm going to sample that color, the color of this one here. So I click on my eyedropper tool, sample that color, and then move to the right side here and hold down shift and pour the color. Okay. So now I have that color. Okay. Now you notice here too that, I'm gonna zoom in here, the last square here. Okay, so we're gonna create that last square. So again, plus sign in the keyboard, and then I'm going to, I already have that object duplicated, and I'll make it smaller. Let's say like that. Okay, okay, that's an object now. But I'm going to sample the color here to match this one. So click on eyedropper tool, click on this one, and then hold down shift and click on this one here. I'm going to now we're ready to do the blend. Okay. So this is an object and this is an object too. We're gonna blend these two objects here. Okay. Just in case you don't have this blend docker, let's say you don't have that. Okay. You click on effects and click on blend, and this one will show up. Okay. So I click on the small rectangle, hold down shift, and click on this one here in the bottom. And then in here in the docker, let's try 10 first. Click apply. Okay, so it's not enough, so I go 15. Still not enough, we'll make it 20. Okay, that looks good. So now 20 is the right number. Okay, so we're almost done here. So I'm just going to move this one over here, and so arrange order to front of page, and this one here too. This one's grouped together, and arrange order to front of page. Okay. Now you notice that the font here is in front of the halftone. Okay, so I'm gonna group this first, and I'm going to move this. I'm moving the text to front first, so arrange order to front of page, or shift page up, or control home, and then but the photograph is to front of the text, so I click on the photograph and I go to arrange order to front of page. There you go. So we've just done a halftone effect. Very nice.